So, screen time. If you clicked on this video, you probably didn't look for it. It got recommended to you, likely. And you've been trying to monitor your screen time on your phone because you're spending too much time on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, and time that you didn't actually choose to spend in the first place. You set out to do one task, you end up doing another. Now you have some work that you have to do, and you have less time to do it. If that's you, in this video, I'm gonna share some ideas based mostly, or as much as possible, on my experience, because I like to talk about what I know, and yeah, I hope this is useful to you. So, there are a couple of things about screen time that maybe make it. It may not be the best way to solve your compulsive use of social media, of the internet, of getting you more productive. First of all, topic number one would be all screen time is not created equal. For example, let's say you're one of those people that you want to keep it under 2 hours, right? And you look at the bar graph, so it's like 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours in, right? You get in at it. But then all of a sudden one day you use it for 3.5 hours. He's like, oh man, I'm screwing this up. I can't do this. I have no willpower. Well, stop right there, because it may not be the case. For example, let's say, as I said before, this is actually a real life example, by the way, what I'm gonna say here. Let's say you have a friend who lives abroad, and every few months you speak on a video call, and those video calls are, as it's a very good friend of yours, they extend over, like, I don't know, 1.5 hours, right? And let's say you do them on WhatsApp, right? Or some other platform. And that day, your screen time will show much more time. So when you go back and you look at your stats, and if you forget about that event of that day, you can see that, oh, I used my phone 4.5 hours, and it's not actually the case. Perhaps you used it the usual 2 hours, and then you spoke on WhatsApp 1.5 hour more, and then you had to make something else that was actually necessary to do on your phone for another 45 minutes. And I don't know how much the math is adding up here, but you see where I'm going with this? So total screen time does not equate to being more or less productive, in the sense that you may use your phone for 4 hours, but maybe that's because it's the only thing you need to use it for XYZ, not because you've been scrolling for 4 hours. Conversely, you may use it for 1 hour in one day, but all that hour ever was complete wasting of time. So time does not equal, like, so in to put it succinctly, amount of time that does not equal if a low time does not equal more productive, and a high time does not equal less productive. Okay, so that's tip number one. Tip. I don't give tips, guys. I just share my experience, and if it helps, it helps. Okay. Maybe yeah. Anyways, the other topic about screen time, that an idea to help you perhaps find an alternative solution to move forward on your quest to use your phone and the internet, your computer, more responsibly, more towards the goals, is, let's say, imagine this. Let me illustrate this a bit. Imagine, like, let's say you wake up. Let's say you work from home, right? You work on a lot from your computer, right? Maybe you do some graphics. I don't know, whatever. You wake up, and let's say you're a morning person, right? If you're an evening person, it applies as well. Let's say you're a morning person, right? You wake up, you go to the toilet, you brush your teeth, whatever, drink some water, and then you start working, right? And you go undistracted for, let's say, 4 hours or 3 hours with breaks and all that stuff. You don't want to, by the way, guys, you don't want to be looking at the screen for 4 hours without breaks. That's perhaps a topic for another video, but that's more not on the realm of, anyways. Let's say you do that on one day, and you get 4 hours of undistracted work. I've done stuff similar to that. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking from experience again. Let's say you do that, and then at the end of the day, you let's say you use, let's say, I don't know, Instagram. You use it for, I don't know, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, but only in one single block, like at 7 p.m. or like at 6 p.m., right? Way after you done your work. Maybe you hit a workout after you worked. Like you worked, you done your workout, maybe your meditation, whatever, and then you looked at Instagram for 45 minutes. That's scenario number one. Imagine that. One day, right? And then let's say another day, you wake up, you go to the toilet, you brush your teeth or whatever, then you start working, and half an hour in, you're using Instagram. You pop it open. You use it for 7 minutes, and then you say, like, oh shit, I need to go get back to work, and then you put it off. And then you keep on working, another hour, let's say, and then you grab it for 5 minutes again, and then you put it back because you want to get there. You want to get it done. You know that you need to have to get things done, and that stuff is not helping you. Okay, the day ends. You worked your 4 hours, but you had these little 5-minute breaks. Like let's say you had, I don't know, 7 or 8, like 5-ish breaks, totally in around 4 or 5 minutes of Instagram on your work schedule, right? And you finish the day, and then let's say at night things improve, and you don't get distracted anymore, and you do whatever. You go work out, spend time with your family, your girlfriend, your friends, whatever you want, actually. Which of the two scenarios you think is better? Scenario number one, you get everything done first and then cram all of the social media, let's say doom scrolling time in one slot, or having it scattered throughout the day. And how does it relate to screen time? Here it is. In my view, the first scenario is better, because even though scenario number one and scenario number two total to about 45 minutes of social media, of TikTok, of doom scrolling, see, there's a thing called, think about it this way. Like, this one has less interruptions than this one. Okay? So you're likely going to have a more productive day, whatever it is that you're doing, not necessarily being on a computer, if you're not constantly switching the context of what you're doing with something else. Okay? So this example illustrates how even the same amount of screen time is not the same in terms of actually a useful screen time. I don't want to say productive too much, because then I'm gonna sound like it's all about work, and it's not. It's about being intentional with the way that you use your time, even if that is using it for things that are traditionally deemed as unproductive. Okay, so. And now that I got that out of the way, what can you do instead? Well, it's a lot that you can do instead. Instead of tracking screen time, what you perhaps can do is really think about whether the action itself that you're trying to prevent is aligned with your goals, right? So, and if it's not, perhaps you can attempt to delete it altogether. And you can delete it altogether. You can attempt to delete it altogether by making it harder to use. For example, I'm not going to go too deep on this because the video is not exactly about this, but you can perhaps, let's say, if you use an app on your phone, then don't use the app on your phone, but use the software on the computer. Therefore, you don't use your phone and you keep it away for longer periods of time. There is more than one thing that you can do, but that's not the topic of today's video. I hope this has been helpful. And what I want you to do is don't subscribe, don't press the notification bell, don't do any of that stuff, okay? What I want you to do is come back here only if you have a specific problem that you're trying to solve. If you have a question, you may type my channel and look it up, but don't make my channel a distraction for you, okay? That's how I would like everyone to live their lives in. You can do whatever you want, but if you're trying to not get distracted, don't click on my videos, okay? Remember, I don't want you to click on my videos. I just want you to search them. And if they appear and you end up watching them, well, I guess maybe in the long run I can help you, but at the cost of a little distraction, okay? But best of luck. I hope this was useful for you to think about things in another way. And I see you next time, or maybe I won't. Bye bye.